Sergeant Detective Brian Albert.
We all recognize that tech wizard. It's Brian Albert from the Karen Reed case.
What did you mean by I want the real deal?
Like a relationship. The same thing everybody wants, a real relationship.
Like a romantic relationship, Mr. Higgins?
It's possible.
Right.
We were playing video games together.
Yeah, at one point he went over and tinkered with a car.
At some point, did you flip him around? You grab him in a wrestling hold?
I may have, I just don't remember it exactly.
The defendant kissed me, not like a friend.
And what was your reaction to that?
Objection.
I'll allow it. 1 murder and 3 robberies in 7 days.
There once was a crime committed by someone in Massachusetts that was so easy to solve who did it, even Brian Albert was able to do it.
And the main suspect was the last person you'd ever consider. Police said it was all done by a medical student named Philip Markoff.
Phil Markoff was known as a Craigslist killer. He would find girls online offering massages. He would go to their hotel room, rob them, and in one instance, he actually shot the girl and killed her. Let's watch.
The IP address came back into his apartment, and then it was in the name of Philip Markoff.
The common thought was, why would he use his own computer? Perhaps somebody was just hijacking the internet signal.
Sergeant Detective Brian Albert.
We all recognize that tech wizard. It's Brian Albert from the Karen Reed case. Let's keep watching.
Brian, last name Albert.
And the Boston Police fugitive team settled in outside this apartment building.
My parameters were investigating fugitive investigations.
Obviously, any detective would be trained in techniques that culprits might use or suspects might use to cover up crimes to thwart investigations.
Do you have that training, sir?
No.
In all of your training, 30 years as a Boston police officer, and as a sergeant detective, you don't have any training in what techniques criminals might use to try to cover up their conduct?
Nah.
No, I've never gone to a training for criminals to cover up conduct, no.
Never been trained in the fact that somebody might want to clean up blood at a scene?
Nah.
No.
Objection.
What about sanitizing a location?
Objection.
I'll allow it.
No.
What about getting rid of electronic data? You've got to have training in that.
Obviously, that answer has to be yes. We just witnessed Brian Albert utilizing internet protocol and various ways to hijack Wi-Fi in order to catch one of the culprits. So here we go.
No. The common thought was, why would he use his own computer? Hijacking the internet signal.
You've got to have training in that.
No.
What exactly did Mr. Lally say to you about preserving your phone?
The defense had filed a motion to ask for the phones to be preserved.
At 2:22 in the morning, after Brian Higgins killed John O'Keefe at Brian Albert's house, he placed a call to him in order to facilitate how to move the body right in front of the flagpole.
And your testimony is on the 22nd, the day before this all happened, you upgraded your phone and got rid of it.
And coincidentally, one day before a court order was being issued for Brian Albert to retain his phone, he just happened to upgrade it.
I upgraded my phone on and around the 22nd, yes.
And you knew that all of the data on that phone would be factory reset and destroyed.
Objection.
Do you know that, sir?
Nah, I don't know anything about technology and covering up a crime.
I do not know that. Yeah, at one point he went over and tinkered with a car. I got out of my soft car and walked over
To his car.
to take a closer look to see if it was really him. You know, I walked by him within a few feet, and I was pretty positive that that was the person.
Did not fit the profile of someone that we would expect of doing armed robbery, murder.
Translation, most armed robbers are not white med students.
Smart guy, but socially awkward.
I responded, I'm going to Nashville next month, 19 to 21st, for a benefit. One of our guys got shot in the head. You guys should come.
When he had time, he joined in the dorm poker games.
He seemed to be there quite regularly, and when he was, he would be there all night.
I'll allow it.
We were playing video games together.
That seemed a lot more important to him than women. Even when he went out, Philip didn't pay much attention to them.
Never really seemed like he cared so much to go out of his way, make rapport with these women.
Markoff seemed to have trouble relating to women.
I responded, I'm shy. Defendant responded, and I think you're hot. I'm in the blue bubbles again. You really think that? I have always thought that about you, that you're hot, smart, witty, but I didn't think you were interested. I'm in the blue bubble again. I'm glad I stopped by. I should have come earlier. Defendant responded, yeah, I was basically begging you. I responded, you don't have to beg me. I meant to say beg. I said, I will give you what you want.
Seemed to have trouble relating to women.
And I said, Defendant starts off and says, "Do you like me?" Question mark. I responded, "Yes, clearly." Defendant said, "Come over my house." I responded, "When?" Question mark.
If and when you finally get a text telling you to go over the house, you drop everything you're doing, throw your kids into the bushes, kick the dog to the side, and run to that girl. He asked, "When?" "Now, you big dope."
He had pushed me up against the wall and he was trying to kiss me. And I was trying to push him off of me.
He was now dating a lovely young woman named Megan McAllister.
She didn't have a lot of boyfriends before Markoff. He must have seemed like the real deal to her.
Defendant said, "What do you want ideally?" Question mark. I responded, "The real deal." Defendant responded, "It doesn't exist."
What did you mean by I want the real deal?
Like a relationship. The same thing everybody wants, a real relationship.
Like a romantic relationship, Mr. Higgins?
It's possible.
Right.
I kissed gay Jeff.
It's what every woman would want in a husband.
Megan moved to Boston with Philip, and they got engaged.
He was jovial. He appeared to be a little bit distant, kind of quiet.
During a stakeout of the Craigslist killer, Brian Albert noticed that he got into his car with his fiance and they started to leave the state.
I was giving them pretty much a minute-by-minute briefing on where the vehicle was.
Albert pulled the couple over and said he was seizing the car.
He had nothing to say, didn't want to know why the car was being taken. He was acting very unusual.
"Hey, Craigslist killer, we're taking your car."
Considering the circumstances.
Philip refused to speak without a lawyer.
Is there a reason that you felt compelled to bring an attorney with you for your testimony as a witness in a homicide investigation?
Everybody knows that if you're an innocent witness, you never hire an attorney. Why would you?
Where's your attorney?
I don't know. He might be in the courthouse.
But Megan had a lot of questions for police.
Notice how the Craigslist killer lawyered up straight away while his innocent fiance just had questions.
Police arrested Philip Markoff. His fingerprints matched those found at the robberies of Tricia Leffler and the stripper in Rhode Island.
The Craigslist killer was such a dopey criminal, even Brian Albert was able to figure out he did it.
Markoff had kept the gun in a hollowed out copy of Grey's Anatomy.
They made a book out of the TV series?
How do you plead to this indictment, sir?
Objection.
I'll allow it.
Not guilty.
They found that he spent hours on the internet, trawling the kinkiest of websites.
These websites cater to people who like bondage, S&M, transvestite sex, transgender sex.
They believed they would have no trouble convicting him.
There was an overwhelming amount of evidence.
There was so much evidence, even the state troopers in Massachusetts couldn't screw this up.
And he would have been sentenced to life without parole.
Philip Markoff committed suicide.
I think he thought to himself, what could have been? Instead of sitting here in jail, accused of murder, facing the rest of my life behind bars.
And once Higgy Bear is arrested and convicted, he's going to be thinking the same thing.
I could have been married to this beautiful woman in a nice ceremony and had a nice life.
Many believe his interest in kinky sex sites indicated he was rapidly devolving into a pathological thrill seeker.
Determining why somebody committed a crime can help us solve additional crimes in the future when we notice the same types of patterns.
For the district attorney's office, Markoff's crimes could be explained more simply.
And it's no surprise that a DA in Massachusetts would choose the simplest explanation, even though it's generally not the right one.
Robbery was the motive.
Believes Markoff was really acting out an urgent sexual fantasy.
The tendency, members of law enforcement, is to present a logical motive. He committed an armed robbery and the sexual behavior that occurred was an afterthought.
Recall that the same thing happened to Karen. Michael Proctor and the rest of those dopey troopers immediately thought that she hit John O'Keefe with her vehicle and then excluded any evidence that contradicted their original conclusion.
The sexual behavior is the primary motivation. He was there to act out a very stimulating sexual fantasy involving bondage and...
Human apes kill for two reasons, sex or money. And in our big boy's case, it's clearly sex.
Sadomasochism and fetishism and control and domination. This starts 25 years earlier.
And like most mental issues, especially amongst males, they generally start with their mother during their younger years.
In the individual's mind, in their fantasy life.
Despite not getting the chance to prove that the Craigslist killer actually committed the crimes he was accused of, it's very clear Brian Albert knew a lot about technology and how to avoid detection if a crime was committed. Assuming Brian Albert was telling the truth during this documentary, it appears he may have perjured himself on the stand.
I may have butt-dialed you last night. Sorry about that.
Or it may have just been pure coincidence that he happened to get rid of his phone one day before a court order was going to say he couldn't touch it at all. Either way, we are not going to stop producing these videos until the real killer,
Brian Higgins,
is brought to justice.
What kind of relationship? A buddy-buddy relationship?
the same thing everybody wants, a real relationship.
A romantic relationship, Mr. Higgins?
It's possible.
Right.
I kissed gay Jeff. The same thing everybody wants. A real relationship. It's possible. Sending somebody flowers. It's possible.